All right, Ronnie, you and I have been going after our health for a real long time. And, I've been doing what I'm doing for the last going into my 18th year full time. But I had some adversities in life, and I needed to lose a tremendous amount of weight. But what's kept me in the game all these years, Ronnie, and what's helped me get my health back, losing over 500 pounds, I had to make up my mind to work on my wellness. What not so much a diet or focusing on weight loss. I focused on getting well. I focused from the inside out, and it's taken me 12 years to lose a lot of weight, but it's still coming off, and it's coming off the right way. I only want to do things right the first time, and I knew if I followed everybody that did the fad diets, the same little girl or guy lost the same 8 or 10 pounds every year for 10 years. That didn't work for me. And the reason I found out it didn't work is because they was not going in and taking care of the internal organs. And I just found a way to work on my wellness, and therefore I've had a lot of success. The weight is still off after all these years, and I'm still going. I'm real close to the goal, and I'm still want to continue to work on my wellness. And that's the reason I got this book here about the medical medium celery juice, the most powerful medicine of our time, healing millions worldwide, by Anthony Williams. You can get this book on Amazon. And the one thing that stood out to me is all the stuff that it addresses on the back of the book, but also it said liver rescue. And I had some problems in that particular area. And what I thought was true, he confirmed it in his book. And I've just been searching for things to get better, to have this wellness feeling, to go ahead and get active again in life. And I just wanted to be an asset to my family. So I'm continually looking for things to help me to get better, to get well. And I can honestly say in the last 10 years, I've not had an aspirin for a headache. And I've not needed, not to say that I don't need doctors. I've had a few physicals, but I don't get sick. I don't get tired, but I work on my wellness. And by me incorporating this new just celery into my diet, every morning I get up very early. I mix 16 ounces of cold water with a scoop of just celery. This celery is organic powder, and I'm getting, I guess, as close to 100% of the benefits from celery as I can. And on my 10th day, I had like a breakthrough. I'm pretty healthy. I don't get sick. I'm on the go all the time. And I love just living life. I didn't want life to live me, but you can't do that if you're not working on your wellness. Everything you do for us, weight loss and gaining your health back, if you're not working on the wellness, you continue to go into a vicious cycle, and you repeat it. And you're always chasing something because you create unrealistic expectations the way you think you should look. And Ronnie, I just decided to take it one day at a time, work on me each day at a time, but work on my wellness, being healthy and preventing disease instead of having to treat it. I did the treatment plan a long time ago. I'm not going to do the treatment any longer. I want to prevent it. I don't want to be into the part to where I'm actually treating something. I don't want to have nothing to treat, and I work hard at it every day. Yes, I do exercise very hard every day now. There's come a time I couldn't hardly walk, but now I exercise every single day, 7 days a week. I'm getting some form of physical activity. I'm putting the right things into me, and by putting the just celery in me, I've lost a lot of desires and taste for things that I used to enjoy, but I don't participate in that any longer. And the bottom line, by doing that, what happened is I don't drink soft drinks any longer. I lost my taste for it. Now, I did have my father died with kidney failure, and they established that soft drinks is not good for you. So I haven't had a soft drink in about 7 or 8 years, and I don't miss it any longer. And I love the way I feel. And so there's certain things that I slowly started to change habits. And I did it slowly, but I was very consistent with it. But all I had to focus on, not weight loss. I didn't want to work on things that are temporary and the latest fad this, the latest fad that. Everything I do follow a keto lifestyle. I'm not 100% keto. I'm more the Cheeto. But there's about since 1920, I can read about the effects of that. So therefore, when I read about all the data since 1920, that just seemed the lifestyle I wanted to try to follow to a point. But there again, I'm working on my wellness. And that's what's gave me the success for losing all this weight and keeping it off all these years. Becoming at almost 57 years old, I can still do things that I hadn't been able to do since I was about 18, playing ball for school. And I just love feeling good. So I don't know what you place on feeling good. But I know when you start to feel good and you start to focus on wellness, the things even about your mind gets well. And when you start to get well up here, your physical attributes will follow. But I didn't want to follow people that had the same old negative results every year, and all of a sudden they have a 90-day run for 30, 56 days or 90 days, and all of a sudden they quit. I didn't want to continue to follow the vicious cycle of people that was following the followers, that they just needed that temporary fix. I don't do, life is not temporary. And everybody's looking for something like, wow, I just need it to happen right now. I've never seen nobody get on top of a mountain by accident or just happening right now. You have to climb the mountain. And I was talking to some folks the other day, Ronnie, and I said, you remember when we was 12 years old, what was our biggest dream? Being 16, get your driver's license. Oh, you're going to have this bit of freedom. You're still 12. And you had to go through a series of maturity and passing tests in order all the way to your 16 to get your driver's license. And if you failed the test, they didn't give them to you. But then, most people get into something and they just quit. It's just too hard. But when you had the dream at 12 to drive in that car and you being a little bit of independence and being out with your buddies, and you still had curfews back in my day, and I never quit going after it till I was 16 and I accomplished the license. So that gave me a little bit of freedom. But it took me 16 years to get to 16 years old in order to accomplish it. So it's what we focused on back then. It's what we required. And then you wanted to be 18 so bad you couldn't stand it. You're graduating high school. You're getting some more freedoms, and you're getting ready to go to college or start your career or whatever it is you're going to do. And you just couldn't wait to start that career at 18 years old. And when you did that, guess what begins to happen? Well, you had to pass a series of tests from 16 to 18 to say, can we trust you or not? But it took me 18 years to get to 18 in order to have the flexibility to mature up. And then you started focusing, man, when I get 21, when I'm 21 years old, I get to do what? I get to have some more freedoms. I can go vote. I can do all these things. I'm becoming a responsible adult. But Ronnie, it took me 21 years to get to 21. It's taken me 12 years to start to gain my health back. And I've become more aware of working on my physical well-being and going after my physical health and wellness, not just some fad temporary this or temporary that. That's how I've been in business for going into my 18th year full time. That's how I've got my health back. I just made a goal that every day I'm going to live each day to the fullest, but I'm going to do the necessary right things, and I'm going to put the right things in my body in order to stay well. And therefore, when you have a wellness going on, you don't have to worry about the latest fad diet, and I need to cut this out for a couple of minutes. Things that create unrealistic expectations. And when you do that, that's why people quit on everything. But you never had an unrealistic expectation about becoming 16, get your driver's license. You never had an unrealistic expectation about becoming 18 and graduating. And you never had an unrealistic expectation. Oh, you wanted to hurry up and be there, but you knew there was a process. So what I'm trying to tell you today, there's a process to getting healthy. There's a process to gaining your freedom physically. There's a process to gaining your freedom financially. And when you start to do that, you get excited about getting up every single day and just getting immersed in the process. And it all starts with your attitude. I call it the attitude of gratitude. And once you start to become grateful for where you are, I am grateful for everything I went through, even when I was sick, Ronnie. And because when I'm grateful for it, I could not be grateful where I am today if I didn't go through all that hard stuff and made up my mind to never quit, because I wanted to be an asset to my wife and to my two little girls, not a liability. So therefore, I had to focus on what? Not just a temporary 3 months, 6 months, or just, I need to focus on a lifestyle change for the rest of my life. And Ronnie, it wasn't hard. It wasn't hard. I just had to commit to it and had to follow this particular process. And I'm forever looking for the best thing to put in me so I can stay physically fit. And so I can do what? When I stay physically fit, I become an asset to my family, not a liability. And once I do that, and everybody in my family has followed exactly what I'm doing, my wife and two daughters, we're just working on wellness. And, we do that by putting a product that we're using is the only product of its kind in the world. It's called Just Celery. And the Just Celery, it's got us feeling so good. None of us are ever sick. I'm not saying we can't get sick, knock on wood, but we're going to do what we can to prevent it. And for all the stuff that this Just Celery addresses, go figure. We had everything we needed right in front of us to start with. And now we have this particular product. It's the only product of its kind that I can find in the world that gives me 100% of what the value of celery when I put it in. You know what? I can actually feel the difference. And like I said, on the 10th day, it's like I had a breakthrough. And I know I'll never stop using that product for as long as I live, because I've incorporated this product into my lifestyle change, and it's helping me change my lifestyle because I'm going to do the right things now. And therefore, you cannot make an excuse for where you are for your health. Because most people, when you get past 25, and this happened to me, Ronnie, the day I turned 25, you couldn't tell us anything, but something in my life had to happen that was catastrophic, and almost they gave me 6 months to live. They said it's over. And at that point, I started wanting to live. At that point, things was not too expensive. At that point, the discipline started to fall into line. At that point, I did not want to die like they told me I was going to die. At that point, I started taking ownership in who I was, and I just didn't follow the followers that continually stayed in that vicious cycle. Every day, every year, nothing changed except they got larger, and nothing changed. They got sicker, and I didn't want to be on a lot of medications. And I know we need them at times, but the medications was designed to be temporary. And therefore, when you take on a lifestyle change to become healthy, that also started to affect what a business that I run that's taken us from where we were to where we are now. And I've not woke up on an alarm clock in 18, going into my 18th year. Not one day. I just hate alarm clocks because I chose not to participate in what I call the modern day slavery. And as long as you choose to participate, it is a choice. There again, it's a choice to address your wellness. It's a choice to do it right one time. And therefore, if you want to lose weight, if you want to get your health back, you have to make up your mind. I'm going to go with this every day. I'm going to live life to the fullest every day in the attitude of gratitude. And I'm going to do the necessary right things and put them in my body to make a lifestyle change to work on my wellness. So if you ask me, what diet are you on? I'm not on a diet. I'm on a wellness journey for the rest of my life because I love the way I feel. Ronnie, you too, in the last little while, come on and you've joined us in the Just Celery movement, following somewhat a keto lifestyle, but you're having a lot of fun. And we can see a major results in you in the last year that you've made up your mind to make a lifestyle change. It's affected you in a couple ways that we're very proud of you physically. And it's also affected you financially. Why don't you come on and tell the people your story about when you made up your mind that you're going to follow a lifestyle change. That's not only in your health, but it also affected your finances as well.
Well, it was about a year ago, and that's exactly what it was. I was looking at basically trying to find something to lose weight. All I was thinking of losing weight, just trying, because I figured I was 50 years old. I wasn't as healthy as I used to be. It's pretty obviously. It's hard to go a whole day without falling asleep at, after 3 o'clock. I'd be so tired from getting up early and just hitting it hard and everything. And I knew that if I didn't do something soon, then I don't think I'd have made it till I was 55. And it just, and I knew that. And so started looking around what I need to do, and, just keep saying, man, I need to do something. I need to do something. Well, I met you, reacquainted again. I hadn't seen you in a while. Matter of fact, last time I saw you was over 400 pounds, and I actually walked by you when we met last year, and it's been over 10 years since I've seen you. Asked you what you've been doing. You said, I've been doing the products I've been using, doing the same thing, and still seeing results. And you started talking about the coffee, and you said, this keto coffee you've got now, it targets your belly fat, and it gives you energy, curbs your appetite. It's a keto coffee. And I said, yeah, I've heard about the keto diet and everything, and you said, well, it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle, and that's what you got to get in your mind. That's going to make the difference. And I said, well, I may try it. I said, right now, I'm not interested, but I may try it. Now, the crazy thing about it, 2 days before I went up and met with you, I was just talking to Amy, I need to do something. So I knew I needed to do something. You asked me straight up, are you interested? And I said no. So it's almost like in our mind, the first thing we're going to do is, no, we're not interested, but we know we got to do something. But we kept putting it off and putting it off. And so finally, you said something that sort of caught my attention, but didn't really catch my attention. And you said it actually sort of it challenged me more than anything. But you said whenever you're ready to be an asset to your family and not a liability, call me. And it was like putting it back on my shoulders, saying, hey, what you gonna do with your family? And so anyway, I ended up going the next day out of town, delivered tea down in Wilmington, and on the way back home, I heard a pastor on the radio, and he made a comment. I didn't know what he was preaching on, but I just heard him say one thing. He said, I never saw a dead man cash a check. And it hit me so hard, it's like, wow, I'm out here trying to make $1, and I'm killing myself, running around, not healthy, doing everything we can to make the money, because I had it backwards. And I know that now. I had finance first. Everything's about the finance. My health will come to me. It never worked. It didn't work for 50 years. It won't work another 50 years. It just was not working that way. In the meantime, I just kept digging that hole. And so finally, I called my wife. I said, hey, I'm coming on tonight, but there's going to be some changes. I'm going to get with Rusty and try this coffee he's talking about. She said, what are you talking about, that coffee? I said, yeah, he's got some coffee that says it targets your belly fat, curbs your appetite, and helps you lose weight, and makes your mind a whole lot clearer and all that. And she said, wait a minute, back up. What did he say? I said, it helps you curb your appetite. And she said, no. I said, makes you clear your mind? She said, no. I said, I don't know, targets your belly fat? She said, yeah, that's what I'm saying. What did he say? And I told him, she goes, well, I'm going to do it first. She goes, because the last child we had came with luggage and left it. And it's been 25 years. So I said, all right. I said, well, I'll get some. So I went and met with you. We got some, and she did it first. She did it for 6 days. In 6 days, she lost 6 pounds, and it was all in her belly. Matter of fact, it was crazy because she called me. I done took the dogs. We done went to the dump, threw stuff away, and just having the truck full of trash, going to the trash, taking the dogs. I'm out of the house. She called me panicking. What? You can't believe what just happened. I'm like, well, I got the dogs. The kids ain't at home, so I didn't do anything. So I didn't know what was going on. She goes, this bathing suit I got, it's falling off. And I'm like, what? And she goes, yeah. She goes, it's loose. And I'm like, of course, my problem, like, is it the right way to say what? Not what should I ask? So, I was like, really? She goes, yeah. She goes, this stuff works. She goes, look, I don't care what you do. Don't let me run out of this product. And so by the time I got home and stuff, I'm sitting there going, wow. So I called you up. I said, okay, we're in, but here's the thing. I don't want to do a business where I got to buy a lot of product and I got to sell it. I got to sell it out of my car. I don't want to be called Mr. Haney and all this stuff. What are you looking for? And you started laughing. You said, I don't know where you heard that from. And I said, well, actually, bad thing about it is that's what happened last time I was trying to do products like this is a guy was trying to get me to sell. And you said, well, here's the deal. I've got over 6 warehouses through the United States. I don't need another warehouse. All I need you to do is use the product, see what results you get, and then just share. That's it. And there's 3 steps we do. And if you could do those 3 steps and repeat them, that's all you got to do. Don't change anything. Just maintain it. And I'm like, I can do that. No problem. And that's what we did. And so it's been changing like crazy. Then one thing people don't realize that a month before we talked, we got a letter in the mail that they were getting ready to foreclose on the house. And so at that time, all I was looking at trying to make $400 or $500 a month, just something that I could try to get my house back and do what I got to do. But then the list of, I got to make money. I got to do this. I got to pay off this. I got to pay this amount of money. So it was tough, but I figured, all right, I'm going to do this business. If I can make a couple $100 a month, hopefully that'll get us a house or get a payment going or whatever. Well, in a year's time, this year is our year that we've been in the business. In a year's time, I've lost over 45 pounds. Amy's lost about 15, almost 18 pounds. And I mean, maintain it, still doing what we're doing. Not only did we get the house back from foreclosure, but it works as paying our house payment. And we're paying off stuff. And so it's changed our whole look and everything. But one thing changed about 6 months ago was when we realized we're not out here losing weight, talking to people. It's a lifestyle. But then we also, it's like we're getting, it's a wellness. We're getting healthier. We're getting not just losing weight, but everything starts falling in order. And, and I circle the thing that I go with, you always heard mind, body, and soul. You get your mind going, your body starts picking in. Next thing you know, the finances kick in. And it all just helps its own. You ain't got to change anything. It's going to happen, and it's going to happen that way. And it just amazed me how the last year, what we went and learned. And like I said, I'm 51. Matter of fact, I just started working out with you. And like I said, I've done it 51 years my way, and it ain't worked. So why not try something new? And this is really working. And we can't help telling people about it because everybody's like, well, does it work? Does it work? Yes, it works. It works if you do it. And by making it so simple, you can't not do it. But the problem is we always want to put our 2 cents in. The way I look at it, if you've lost 500 pounds, you've got something more than I have. Why am I going to try to tell you what? I need to learn how you're doing it. And that's all we're doing is listening to people that's been there, that has a testimony, so how can I do that? And then just sharing it with others.
You know, Ronnie, most people make everything just so complicated and hard. If you follow the simplicity of a complete lifestyle change, a wellness program, you don't only get the wellness in your health, the wellness comes into your finances. It all plays in because everything is perpetual, it's always flowing, but there is principles to success. And here's the principles I live by. These are my non-negotiables. God is always first. My family is always second. My fitness is always third. Those three are daily non-negotiables that I practice every single day. I get up at 4 o'clock every morning. I'm not saying that's what you have to do. It's what I do. And I get up that early to what? To get things, get my mind right, to get in order, because that's part of what? My lifestyle change, my wellness program, mind, body, soul, spirit, and the finances are the last. You'll always be blessed in direct proportion for the quality of efforts expended, because the law of reciprocity, it always kicks in. It governs all of humanity. And so I just wanted to do it right one time. And therefore, if I come into your life and I help make something of consequence happen, it only reciprocates back into my life. So the more I got to help other people become successful and the wellness lifestyle change, one day at a time, just apply the small victories compounded over time creates a big victory. And therefore, it just reciprocates back into my life. So here's what's going to happen. All that means is you're going to reap the harvest you sow. Whatever you plant is what you're reaping right now. What you planted 5 years ago, 10 years ago, that's a harvest you're reaping now. If you're not given the harvest you want, everything has to become intentional. It don't happen by accident. Success is not by accident. Success is intentional. If you become successful in your physical well-being, you'll become successful in your financial well-being, because it is a wellness lifestyle change. That don't just mean in your physical attributes. That's the whole way of life, that you're going to start to stop making it hard on yourself. You're going to find people that is already where you want to be. That's who I don't follow followers. If I wouldn't trade life with you right this very second from where I am is a pretty good life to something better than I've got, I respect you as a human being, but I will not apply your advice, because too many times you get caught up in something that's, I need this to happen right now. No, life is not happening right now. It goes back to, it took you 21 years to become 21. I didn't get to be as large as I was in, it took a while, several years for that to happen. And it just kept, once it starts happening, negative or positive, it compounds. The compound effect kicks in, negative or positive. And I knew when I made a lifestyle change, it's something I practice every single day. When I made that change, Ronnie, you know what began to happen? At that particular change, things started to happen. I started to change when I started to change the way I thought and the people I followed. So I wasn't looking to follow what people that were looking for the exit sign. I was looking for the people that were warriors that said, no, we don't quit till we win, and which created a monster team for us around the world, because we made up our mind to go into wellness, a lifestyle change, and pursue wellness, not just weight loss, not just making money, but when you become well and you got wellness going on, I just found the best products in the entire world to put into my body, because I believed I was worth it. And I wasn't going to put off what I can do today until tomorrow. I am not a procrastinator. In fact, I have a very big disdain for people that procrastinate, because they're just wasting the currency that God gave you, which is your time. It's how you spend your time that makes all the difference in the world. What's the difference between people that are extremely healthy and wealthy, and the ones that are extremely poor and extremely unhealthy? It's how you spend the 24 hours in your day. And I live on a finite daily plan of action. I love it, because I live off of calendars. Some people say, oh, I couldn't do that. Well, it's evident you can, because that's why you show up to a job and somebody else is dictating your future, and they're the ones that got you spending their time working for their dream. I wanted to work on my dream, which is my physical well-being, and I need the financial well-being would follow. So we're going to close now, and what I want you to do is take a snapshot of your life. I want you to look at your before and afters, your physical well-being and your financial well-being. What does your before and after look like? And most people's afters their befores look better than their afters. You keep chasing. It's like a dog chasing his tail. You keep on chasing. You just dig a hole in a rut, and you just get okay with that, and that just becomes your way of life until you get sick and tired of being sick and tired. getting up every day to go somewhere you don't want to go, to do something you don't want to do for somebody you don't want to do it for, because you're underpaid, you're unappreciated, and you're pursuing someone else's dream. I just wanted the sense of urgency to become well. I needed a when I had a wellness plan, guess what I began to do? I got my wellness together, and I started pursuing just getting healthy. And healthy is more than just physical. It was financial, as a healthy lifestyle with the women I've been with for 40 years, and the little girls and my daughters. I grew up with them because I made a change in my mindset in my life that I was going to pursue what? I was going to pursue wellness, a lifestyle change of wellness for the rest of my life. And you know what? I live a pretty daggone good lifestyle, and I'm pretty daggone healthy because I've not been sick in over 10 years. But because I find the best stuff in the world to put in me, it is so inexpensive to put in. And you cannot put a price on your health. You cannot put a price on your memories. You can't put a price on your children and growing up with them. And you know what? When you take on the mindset, I'm going to go after wellness. I'm going after lifestyle change, but pursue wellness. Wellness means a whole lot more than just your physical well-being. It includes your entire way of life. And when you commit to that for every day for the rest of your life, you'll stop worrying about all the other stuff that's got you bogged down, got you whatever, and you'll start taking on the mindset. Is this conducive to the actions that I need to be taking, the course of action to create what? To better my wellness program. There's nothing like feeling good and having the time to do whatever it is you want to do with it. And that means your life is good. Everything begins to be good. And when you look in the mirror, you say, wow, today is the first day of the rest of my life, and I'm going to do the necessary things to keep me healthy. Because if you're not healthy, what you've just done is created a state of liability for you, not only you, but for your family. And I just wanted to create an asset for my wife and kids instead of being a liability. Ronnie, I appreciate you being on today. I'll see you again tonight at 6 o'clock, and then we'll do another at 8 o'clock. And y'all have a great afternoon.
Thank you.